Imagine. Imagine being the head of the official Star Wars Twitter account with millions upon millions of followers. Imagine deciding at 2:15 a.m. Eastern Time to tweet out such a generalization over the fans that have supported this franchise for over 45 years. Imagine also making such a blanket statement so low and so horrendous that I'm even fired up and it got my blood boiling that I needed to make a very own specific video about this situation. What's going on, everybody? Cryptix, and yes, I am a Star Wars fan. It's part of my childhood, probably part of your childhood too. Maybe you even still support the franchise that is owned by Disney. Now, before we get into this whole debacle, don't forget to drop a like. It is greatly appreciated on the channel. I'm a small YouTuber, right? Every like counts, even if you think it doesn't matter. And if you are new to the channel, hit that subscribe button. And if I didn't earn your like yet, if I make 1 to 2 points within this video, this is my challenge for you. 1 to 2 points that I come up with that you didn't even think about, then yes, you gotta drop that like button. All right, we shook on it through this virtual screen. Now let's get into the video. So, this whole thing really started out with Moses Ingram. She is a black actress. I don't really know much about her, but she's in the Kenobi show. And the Kenobi show is revolving around Obi-Wan Kenobi, the OG himself, versus Darth Vader. That's what everyone is tuning into this show for. And to top it all off, reports are saying that the Kenobi show is the most tuned in Disney Plus show of all time. To gauge how big that is, there's been a bunch of Marvel shows on Disney Plus as well, and the MCU is renowned as one of the largest franchises to date, right? So it is a pretty big deal, that she is in this show. But the main thing here, and I'm just gonna lay it out right out the gate, the character that she plays is kind of shoehorned into this show and doesn't really have great character development because Disney is trying to incorporate her in a show that does revolve, again, around Obi-Wan and Darth Vader, right? If she had her own show, maybe more people would actually be interested in her character, but no, Disney decided to basically wedge her into this storyline. Now, Moses Ingram herself even said before this show came out, she's expected to get hate for this character, and I think it's because of the character that she plays, but I don't necessarily think she deserves any hate of any kind. If you were an actor or actress and you were offered a show or to be on a Star Wars show via Disney Plus, you'd most likely take it no matter how bad the character was, right? So she accepted this role, she's in it, and now she's getting backlash. Now the backlash is actually pretty disturbing, right? She actually went on Instagram Live, and this is how it all started. She basically was venting that she's gotten DMs, hateful DMs, racist DMs, things of that nature. And if you support that type of thing, man, just unsubscribe from the channel. To keep it $1.50, I'm not a fan of Disney Star Wars and the rainbow coat of paint that they've put on this franchise. But at the end of the day, I'm not a fan of people, spreading hate towards her. It's just uncalled for, right? If you want to actually voice your opinion, you should voice it to Disney itself for the terrible strategy that they have with embedding her within this Kenobi series, which is 6 episodes long. Now, Star Wars, right after this, basically decided to tweet out, "We are proud to welcome Moses Ingram to the Star Wars family and excited for Reva's story to unfold. If anyone intends to make her feel in any way unwelcome, we have only one thing to say: we resist." Now, that word, resist, is also an underlying theme for the BLM movement, which I think Star Wars and Disney strategically decided to say that word in this tweet to cater to a lot of different people, and we'll get into that later on, right? Then Star Wars followed up that tweet with a reply and says, "There are more than 20 million sentient species in the Star Wars galaxy. Don't choose to be racist." Now, this is the highest degree of hypocrisy, and again, we'll get to that later on, but I think The most important thing to take away from this, if you're not willing to watch the rest of the video and all the other points that I have about Disney's hypocrisy here, is that Star Wars fans are not racist, right? Star Wars fans are probably the farthest thing from racism. Star Wars fans decide to use Star Wars itself as an escape from the horrendous reality that we have in today's society. And people still watch the old movies, and what I mean is the old trilogy. People watch the prequels for an escape. People even watch the sequels that are owned by Disney, unfortunately, as an escape. People still love Star Wars to this day, and to make such a generalization over millions of fans that have supported this franchise for over 45 years is a poor choice of words via Disney and via Star Wars, whoever tweeted this out, okay? Very, very poor choice of words, and you're going to lose some fans because of this. Now, not only that, but the hypocrisy makes me seethe through the mouth, okay? Let's break down some of the major actors, not even minority, I don't even like to use that word, major actors and actresses that have played pivotal Star Wars characters. And let's start off with the black actor, voice actor, James Earl Jones, who is the voice actor of Darth Vader. I don't see any racism towards him. He is the pivotal character in the Star Wars franchise. His voice is iconic. His character was well developed. And I think it's easy enough to say that no one is racist towards the voice of Darth Vader. It is iconic as a character. His voice is iconic itself. You guys get the point with that, right? You also got Billy D. Williams, who played Lando Calrissian. And to top it all off, in the Han Solo Star Wars story, movie that came out recently, you have two black actors, Billy D. Williams and Donald Glover, okay? These guys played great as Lando, both of them. There were no racist remarks directed towards them. At the end of the day, you shouldn't be racist at all, but no one's spreading hate towards these actors because they play great characters, right? Then you got none other than Samuel L. Jackson, who plays Mace Windu, another black actor. And his character was great. And again, people like his character. There was no hate towards him. There was no racism towards him. I think, honestly, the amount of hate that they could have gotten if Twitter was at its peak still would have been a very, 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 very small amount of people that, have nothing else better to do than to DM, whoever it would have been back in the day if Twitter was a thing, 20, 30 years ago, right? So now we get to Moses Ingram. The character is not that great. Does that, mean that you can be racist towards her? Absolutely not. Now, at the end of the day, she decided to play this character. She read the script. Everyone that's famous gets hate. I think that's a pretty common thing that happens in Hollywood. I think that's a common thing. Even if you're a YouTuber or influencer, you're going to get some heinous comments. You just got to block out the noise. Is it acceptable for people to be doing that? Absolutely not. Now, the most hypocritical thing of this whole debacle is Disney is actually supporting racism with various movie posters for actors who are actually black. Now let's get into that. So Disney has, a whole market. They have to sell their movies to different countries, right? And one of them is China. China, inherently, from their attitude, their personality, though I'm not going to say everybody is, right? Because that's also terrible to say, another blanket statement that I would never support. But the Chinese government does not want certain actors of a certain skin color to be in, movie posters, at least shown in movie posters as large as they should be, right? So let's break down Disney giving in to China with Black Panther. As you can see here, Chadwick Boseman's face is covered up. If you were to look at other movie posters, his face is visible. Let's look at Star Wars The Force Awakens. Okay, John Boyega in various movie posters is, normal size for a movie poster, right? He is an actor that played, a role in the sequel trilogy. Was his character great? No. People, again, should not be racist towards the actor that plays a bad character. That's just stupid to me. That doesn't even make any sense. You shouldn't be racist at all, let alone, direct the hate towards the actor that played the role, right? But you have John Boyega. He is very small in the, again, Chinese movie poster. Disney, it seems like you are catering to certain people. You're trying to appeal to a certain crowd only if it supports your own financial gain, your own wallet. And the most hilarious part about all of this is now, they have basically a double-edged sword. They either support, the money, which in certain cases, if you're going to sell your movie to a certain country, you are supporting racism there by not showing Chadwick Boseman's face and also making John Boyega pretty small in respective movie posters. And then on the other end, you're trying to say we resist and all of these things because Moses Ingram is getting hate on social media for her character. It almost seems like you are a hypocrite. And I think that is the most obvious thing from all the points that I've laid out. At the end of the day, what I think Disney likes to do is they like to spread their message with pawns. And unfortunately, Moses Ingram is a pawn in the Disney machine, which inherently is racist itself. Don't forget to drop a like, subscribe if you're new to the channel, comment down below what you think about this situation, and I'll see you in the next video. I'm Cryptix. Gonna see how this Kenobi show plays out and gonna call out Disney on their hypocrisy until the day I die. And signing off.